Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to understand a new concept. This is capital and revenue. Before that, we will look few words, few concepts. First of which is expenses, and then we have income. If you are paying something, you must have an understanding. When you are receiving something, you must have a complete understanding. So if there are receipts, if there are payments, these are two very different things, opposite to each other. In expense, you will pay some amount. On the other hand, when you are receiving some amount, it is your income. So payment and receive. I am very sure that in previous lectures, in previous chapters, you have already understood the concept of expense and income. If you are paying some amount or if you are receiving some amount, there is the difference. But now there is a problem when you have made some payment, when you have made some payment, it would be at larger scale, and sometimes you will pay on small scale. Let's say you have paid 100 rupees, and on the other hand you have paid 1 lakh rupees. So you have now idea, this is small scale payment, a very tiny payment, a very small payment. On the other hand, you have a payment of huge amount. So in business, we will take care. If amount is smaller, we will treat it in a separate way. When amount is large, we will treat it in a separate way. In the similar way, when you have paid something for short time and you have paid your payment for long time, so obviously we will create a difference. Suppose you have paid your rent of factory. When you have paid your rent of the factory, it is for the shorter period of time. It is only for 1 month. So this kind of payment is for short time. On the other hand, when you have bought a truck, you have bought a truck, that truck will be used for longer period of time. So in this way, whenever there are two different types of payment, nature of payment is different, maybe due to time, maybe due to scale, we will create a difference between such payments. So this chapter is all about the differentiation of payments. Now please understand, if payment is for longer period of time and it has large scale, it would be called capital type of payment. When payment is for shorter period of time, it would be considered as revenue. So now we will discuss several reasons when there is payment or receipt, and when we will call it a capital payment or revenue payment, when we will call it as capital receipt or revenue receipt. Some of the reasons we have discussed over here, and now we will start writing reasons when we will call any expense or income as capital. On the other hand, we will see when any payment would be called as revenue. So here are several reasons. First reason we will discuss is when payment is made, it is paid for longer period of time. So as you know, we have already discussed it as well. When payment has been made for a longer period of time. On the other hand, if you have paid, it is made for shorter period of time. All right. So when you have made any payment for longer period of time, or you have received any amount for longer period of time, you will call it capital. Now your target is, if there is any payment, if there is any receipt, you are required to distinguish, you are required to differentiate whether it is capital or revenue. First reason we have discussed, if it is made for the longer period of time. In example, we can have as machine purchased. So you will come to know that this machine has been purchased for the longer period of time. In this way, this would be called capital expense. Alright. And in here, we can also made an example when something is for the shorter period of time, rent paid. So now you can see that if you have paid your rent, this would be beneficial only for 1 month. So when it is shorter period of time, it would be called revenue. When some transaction you have made for the longer period of time, it would be considered as capital. Now let's see the second reason. If assets are acquired, as you know very well what are assets, those commodities, things which are bought not for resale purpose, those are having financial benefits. And here, opposite to this, assets are not acquired. So here we will see when you have acquired an asset. Asset is what? When you have bought any commodity for the business, for the benefit of the business, it has some financial value and it is normally not for resale purpose. For example, a computer, we will write an example, a computer purchased. So as you know, this computer would be purchased. Computer would be considered as an asset, so it would be considered as capital. While when you have made some payment and that payment is not for an asset, so here we will create an example like salaries paid. Though you have paid in both cases, but in this case, this salary is not an expense. So second reason we have discussed. Now we will see the third reason. It would have a physical existence. That means you can touch. If you have made any payment and in response something you have bought and that can be touched. Otherwise, you will consider it revenue if it doesn't have any physical existence. Alright, now this is the third reason. Physical existence. That means you can touch something. So here we will create an example. Let's say car purchased for business. So now you can see that when you will purchase your car, that car would be having a physical existence. You can touch that car. And in this case, there will not be any physical existence. For example, if discount received, you have made a transaction and received some discount. Keep it in mind, it would not have any physical existence. You will not be able to touch it. So I am creating examples in a different way so that you can distinguish and differentiate accordingly. Please understand, when you will purchase car, it would have a physical existence. That means you can touch your car. On the other hand, discount received. Discount received means you have received some concession. You were supposed to pay 100 and now you are paying only 90 rupees. So 10 rupees is discount received. This discount received you cannot touch. It would not have any physical existence. So it would be considered, discount received would be considered as revenue and car purchase would be considered as capital. Now, the fourth reason we will discuss it is not regular. It does not happen again and again. On the other hand, you will write over here, it would be repeated again and again. That means regularly it would be happen. It would happen again and again, or regular. You may write it regular. Now this is four difference. What will happen? It does not happen again and again. Let's say example we will take construction construction of room or office. Now it is very common sense. When you will construct a room, it won't be happening again and again. It might be possible there is only one chance in life when you have made some construction. And what is here? It would be happening again and again. For this, we will take an example now. You have paid wages, wages paid to labor. That means you have paid wages to your labor. They have worked, and for their services you have paid wages. And obviously today you have paid wages, tomorrow you will pay wages, next day you will pay wages, and this will continue for several years. What does that mean? That this process will not be stopped anywhere in near future. Continuously you will pay wages to your labor. It may be possible on Monday you will pay wages, on Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday. On each day of the month you will be paying wages. So that type of payment would be considered as revenue. When you have made some payment and that payment you have made only once, and that is not happening again and again, like construction of room, so this would be considered as your capital. What we are doing, we are creating difference between capital and revenue. What kind of payment or receive would be considered as capital, and what kind of payment would be considered as revenue. Now next is, it will improve. What it would be improving? Position of business. It will improve position of the business. Again we will take an example. Let's say air conditioner installed. Now it is very easy to understand. When you will install an air conditioner at your showroom, at your factory, at your office, so obviously by installing AC, environment would be fresh, your labor, your customer, or all of the stakeholders will be satisfied with the work environment. And with the help of this AC, your position of business will be improved. On the other hand, just opposite to this, it will not be having any role to improve the position of the company. It means it would be just, it would be just to maintain maintain the business. Now this is very important. Here you will take an example. You have bought an air conditioner, AC was installed. On the other hand, service charges for repair of AC. Now you can see the difference. Here you have installed that new AC. It will improve the business, but after 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, when you are making service of that AC, or repair charges of that particular AC. It would only maintain, it would not increase position of the business, as you have already an AC, but that AC needs some repair. So this repair charge payment would be considered to maintain the business. It is not improving the position of the business, as before and after you do have only one AC. So that means repair charges or service charges will not improve the position of the business. It would only for the maintenance of the business. So in this way, our fifth point is completed. We will see around 7 to 8 points. And now let's consider another thing. If, for example, you have shown in trading account, this would be shown in balance sheet only. So here, very important thing, this would be shown only in balance sheet, while here it would be shown in trading profit or loss account. We need more space. It would be shown in trading profit loss account. So a little more space we will create so that it should be visible. Now you can see that it would be shown in trading profit loss account and this would be shown in balance sheet. Let's say if you have not completed your chapter, which is final account and balance sheet, then for that purpose it would be just a point. Just keep it in your sense that this would be for balance sheet and trading profit loss account. Example we can take is like cash in hand. As you know that cash in hand is your asset and it would be appearing in balance sheet. So here example is clear. On the other hand, here you will have example for trading account where you will pay tax, and when you are paying tax it would be appearing in profit loss account. So here is your sixth difference. Then we will have seventh difference, and that would be appearing in balance sheet. That means we have already discussed it. It does not reduce revenue. Please note, it does not reduce revenues. Oh my God, revenue. And here opposite to this you will write it would reduce revenue or profits. It would reduce revenue, or you may write it as profit. So please understand that in case of capital expense, it has no relation with profit. Normally we will pay our expenses through profits. That is why we have written over here, and in this case it has no concern with the revenues. Alright guys, so in this way these 7 headings are enough for you. Now what is your target? You will understand these headings very well. In each of the question, you will have to make sure that you know these reasons and you will pick these reasons to answer your question. I will show you how you will solve your question. For example, it is given in your question that truck purchased for business. Now over here you will write the reason, whether it is capital or revenue. We can take it over here. So this would be the pattern of your question, how you will solve. First, You will see what is given in your question, and in question it has been written trucks purchased. Now you will decide whether it is capital or revenue. As you have seen several reasons for capital and several reasons for revenue. So you will decide whether it is capital or revenue. First reason, when you have made some payment for the longer period of time. And obviously a truck, when you will purchase for the business, it would help for the longer period of time. So now you will call it as capital. Then the next thing which you will see is to elaborate the reason. Here you will make your detail or description which would be given in your question. Here you will decide whether it is capital or revenue, and now reason. For reason, you may take any of the reason which does exactly fit. So you may take this reason. It has physical existence. Yes, a truck has physical existence and we can touch it. So this reason would be put over here. Alright. So in this way we will complete our questions. Now please understand, this would be given in your question. You will decide whether it is capital or revenue, and then a reason would be posted over here. One more example we can take here. If it is said that electricity bill is paid for business, this is second element given in your question. Electricity bill is paid. Now let's go back and see whether it is revenue or capital. Now see, when you will pay electricity bill, it would be just for shorter period of time. That means within a month again this payment would be made, and here it would happen again and again. That means for every month you will have to pay electricity bill. So here your decision is what? That is revenue type, and here you will put the reason. For reason you may write any of the reason over here. It has not any physical existence, it is made for shorter period of time. Okay, we are taking this is better. So let's get back to the question, and here you will write the reason. It is made for the shorter period of time. So this way our question would be completed. 4 to 5 entries would be given, like these are 2. In question you will have 4-5 entries. You will write over here, then you will decide whether it is capital or revenue, and then you will put the reasons, and all the reasons are written over here. You will see from here, and you can write exactly what is written over here. So guys, in this way introduction of capital and revenue has been ended. I am sure that you people have understood what is our next target and how we would solve it. So thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.